If he was a taxidermist, I would give him a pass. Because I could picture him wanting a whale head like on his wall.
I don't think there's whale heads, brother.
Yeah, nobody puts whale heads on.
Yo, imagine getting a whale version of that fish that like sings. It's like on a plaque.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey.
But a fucking big whale head just knocking everything over in your house.
The feds have confirmed that Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is being investigated for the alleged decapitation of a dead whale back in the day.
Yeah, back in the day, yeah. Well, because he just endorsed Trump. Come on. This is so f***ing lame. All of a sudden.
Now they act like they really care about the environment.
Yeah,
all of a sudden.
People never look at the timing of things.
All of a sudden.
What is so bad about what he did?
Well, apparently what had happened was there was like a dead whale that was like, you know, beached somewhere, and then he heard about it. This was like 20 years ago or something like that. So he grabbed his chainsaw, he went out to it, cut the head off, and tied it to the top of his car and like drove home.
What the fuck?
Right?
Nobody ever said he wasn't a weird dude.
Yeah, it is weird.
Is that illegal?
If the whale was dead? Is the whale dead?
Yeah, the whale's dead.
I mean, if it's beached, it's kind of screwed, right? They're not going to be able to. What's the protocol on that?
Yeah, what is the protocol on that?
I don't know what the protocol for that
It
is.
sounds like some drug addict behavior.
Yeah, or hippie.
That's too organized, though, to have a chainsaw and then a means to ratchet it to the top of your car.
Well, was he gonna? Or okay, if he was a taxidermist, I would give him a pass. Because I could picture him wanting a whale head like on his wall.
I don't think there's whale heads, brother.
Yeah, nobody puts whale heads on.
Yeah, but that's what would be so unique.
No, but it's like cartilage, right? It's like blubber and cartilage. It just
yeah.
disintegrates.
Well, you would have to like debone, like just pull out the bone, I guess.
Yeah.
Yo, imagine getting a whale version of that fish that like sings. It's like on a plaque.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey.
But a fucking big ass whale head just knocking everything over in your house.
His daughter is the one who like recounts the disturbing journey home.
Isn't it like in her book or whatever?
It was in a magazine.
That's just like one of those situations
Rat-Masked
where
daughter.
like a proud American is telling a good story, but then the person listening is like, "That's appalling."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like how they talk.
This
about...
feels like you're telling a story on JK and then you get investigated.
right.
And what is there to investigate? Was there footage? Was there photos? And what is that? What
And what's
law
the-
does it?
yeah.
Yeah. And why is it an FBI thing?
Okay, whales are protected under the Marine Mammal Protection Act and the Endangered Species Act, apparently, and RFK Jr.'s alleged actions violated both.
Even though
It was dead.
I guess maybe that's like how you're not supposed to move a corpse.
I guess, yeah.
That's why the story
20
is
years
like,
ago, there's no
behind the
statute.
story.
There's no statute of limitations. on that
Not socially.
I mean, he's
Only because he's endorsing Trump. That's the only reason.
he says the deadline to press charges passed a long time ago. However, he said that the case was tied to his endorsement of Trump.
No
Exactly.
shit.
Yeah, because he was run. They never cared earlier.
when things like this happen, though, don't you go, why? Like, why is it? Does the FBI care if Trump goes into office or not?
Well, he's talking about gutting the FBI.
Yeah.
He's talking about putting RFK in charge of doing stuff like that.
And he wants to dismantle FBI, CIA, reduce it at least.
Yep.
Yeah, put him in check a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, Tulsi Gabbard came out against the establishment on all the war stuff, and guess what happened? She gets followed now. She's
on
part
the
of the.
watch list.
She's part of this.
Quiet skies.
Exactly, Quiet Skies. So they have air marshals following a fucking ex-senator or whatever, congresswoman.
And a reserve military member.
Yeah, an active.
How the fuck are you still in the military and you're being followed as a spy?
But you know what?
Intimidation.
You know what the saddest part of all of that is that just because people politically don't like her, they look at that and they go, good.
Good.
How is that
I've seen
good?
so much
If
about
that
it.
happened to you, like that's not playing fair at all.
Well, that's like the people who. Oh, sorry, Bart.
that
Jesus
hurts.
Christ, I'm sorry. I just kicked him again. I've got my shoes back on.
That's the part that makes me like, that's insane. Why would you want to support that?
Dude, that's like the
that's
people.
logic.
Well, that's the people who say, "What do you have to hide?" I have nothing to hide. You can investigate the shit out of me. I have nothing to hide. Like all that shit. It's so un-American.
Those are the same people that are like, Trump should have died.
Yeah.
That would have been great for America. It's like, are you fucking dumb?
Does that mean Tulsi doesn't have TSA pre? Like, she always has to take her shoes off every single time.
Probably.
If she ever comes back here, we should search her.
Better yesterday.
Ma'am, excuse me. Sorry. Could you please step aside? Just as a joke.
It is really funny though, because the way that the daughter recounts it, she tells this magazine in this interview, she says he immediately grabbed a chainsaw and cut off its head. He then strapped that head to the roof of the family's minivan and drove 5 hours with it home.
On a minivan? That's even better.
5 hours with a whale head?
I thought it would be a pickup truck, but now the image is even funnier.
So imagine hearing about this. So you drive 5 hours out with a chainsaw and then decapitate a dead whale and then tie it to your minivan. She said every time we accelerated on the highway, whale juice would pour into the windows of the car. And it was the rankest thing on the planet.
Pretty gross, man.
We all had plastic bags over our heads with mouth holes cut out, and people on the highway were giving us the finger, but that was just normal day-to-day stuff for us.
That is really weird.
It's bizarre. Nobody said
Her
it wasn't
whole
weird.
account though makes me go, you weren't raised right. Talking shit about ratting on your dad, dude.
Right now, your dad's fucked up.
Okay, how dare you?
Why is her whole account about like how much I hate my dad?
I don't know. Seems like it.
Oh, is just like she was purposely like wanting to talk shit about her dad?
I have no idea.
That's what makes you feel like she, like, I don't know. That sounds like something you would normally say, and then just people would take it and go,
Like, hey, you know how funny my dad is? Like, he did this crazy shit.
farted on my head.
Yeah, yeah.
This also says, just last month, he only admitted that he had once retrieved a bear that had been killed by a motorist and left its carcass in Central Park in New York. RFK Jr. adorned the carcass with a bicycle, which he placed on top of it.
Like a bear riding a bicycle at a circus? What the fuck?
Again, nobody said the guy wasn't weird.
For over a decade, mystery engulfed the strange discovery, which was made by park
It
goers.
was hella weird.
I feel like all these rich kids that grew up like super fucking rich, like that's their version of like pranking and having a good time.
Yeah, it's just white boy shit.
Yeah. Like, can you imagine some fucking teens growing up in the Hamptons doing this kind of stuff? Like, this is boat shoe behavior to me.
Boat shoe?
Yeah, like the boat shoe guys.
Oh, guys with boat shoes.
Yeah.
I just
Like, this is how they have a good time, you know?
I wonder if we're ever gonna pass this like phase of I don't like since internet and social media came around, like people's opinions. It's like everyone's speaking from a place of I'm perfect, and I wonder if we're gonna pass that someday. Or like just because you have no presence on social media doesn't mean you're a perfect person. You just have no info. But then like people talk about other things that are like if that's getting a limelight, then they're like, let me speak on that.
Well, we got to program an AI to every person that's commenting and condemning, do an investigation on them, and then we can call them out.
Because everybody's got something. Like everybody's fucking weird.
I think that's why people like us, because we're all trash here.
Garbage humans.
And then we still judge other people.
You put your chips on the table.
Which is very on brand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone's a hypocrite.
Damn
Some
right.
people just hide.
Some people own it, some people won't.
But everyone is
I
a
respect
hypocrite.
the people that own it.
Yup. Me too.
We are big time hypocrites.
The biggest.
You guys, I don't know, speak very poorly of yourself because I'm pretty perfect.
I like when Tulsi was here and Joe's like, remember when Tulsi was here and Joe's like, I know more about politics than anybody in this room. That was so sick.
Dude, he's perfect.
Picture perfect. I don't know about this whole thing though. Is like, do you think that the motive is like we're really trying to get him on something to remove him, or just be a nuisance, or voter perception?
Who's next man up? Who's the next person who's gonna step up and challenge us? Just know that if you do, stuff like this happens. So maybe you'll keep quiet. That's
Challenge
what I
the
think.
establishment?
Intimidation. It's total intimidation in my opinion.
But doesn't that just rile up people who are already anti-establishment to go harder?
I think people like Elon, yeah, they go, well, fuck you then. Like the guy, remember when they were getting him on speech stuff and he's like, go fuck yourself?
Yeah.
People like that, I think, who have power like that, they don't give a fuck.
I think the majority of people are still like what you were saying. They don't think that deep. If they just read that, they just don't like him now.
Yeah, let's go. Oh,
That's the
RFK?
majority. That's the majority.
I used to like him, but I heard he chopped the whale's head off.
Like my parents, if they just saw that, they'd be like, "Oh yeah, I don't like that guy now."
Yeah.
That's the only thing they've
I
seen of
see.
him.
Yeah, they don't go like, wait, this is really weird timing. Why is this?
They don't have a position against the establishment or for it. They just see little things like that, and they're
Hurts you with the boomers.
yeah, they're like gross.
I think it's because I expect everybody to be a scumbag. Like, I don't expect everybody to be perfect.
Nah, yeah.
So then when news come out, I'm like, well, I don't care. Who's the lesser of the two evils that are up there right now?
Especially politicians. Dude, the fact that people worship people like Nancy Pelosi blows my fucking mind.
It's not even like the scary thing is it's voting is almost it's not even lesser of two evils. It's whose evils benefit me best.
Yeah, that's true.
Because then even if what they're doing is good, the means to get there
Yeah.
always has an evil path at some way. Like
Yeah.
you have to like step on somebody to like get.
Dude, Kamala Harris is like, shout out Dick Cheney. Like,
Which is
come
weird.
on, bro.
Dick Cheney's your man, dude. That's your boy.
His movie was pretty badass, though.
It was.
Like, it made me want to be, like, a part of the military-industrial complex. Because when you're on that side, I'm like, I see why you guys do it.
Yeah, I mean, who wouldn't want an account with Halliburton?
Was that movie good?
It was pretty
It was good.
It's a good movie.
Yeah.
Oh shit, I'm gonna watch it.
It was good. Like, I was like, man, fuck you, Dick Cheney. And then I watch it, I'm like, I want to be Dick Cheney.
Damn, he's kind of a gangster, actually.
But it's funny because all those guys look like such geeks, but they are the biggest
The
gangster.
biggest gangster, yep.
That's like George W.
George looks like the Matt TV kid.
And he sounds like a clown.
Yeah.
But he's like a fucking evil dude.
And he was a
Scary as fuck.
professional, he was a cheerleader.
Killed 1 million Iraqis.
Fucking million, dude.